A warm welcome to all of you, dear students, to the Input Tax Credit Revision 2 video. Already you have learned when you purchase the goods from a supplier, then it is called inward supply. In other words, you are supplied with goods by the supplier and you have to pay the tax on that, and that is called input tax, and that will be credited to electronic credit ledger. And input tax credit can be utilized towards output tax. Output tax is tax on outward supply. You collect the tax from the purchasers and then you have to remit that to the government department. So output tax minus input tax, then that will be net tax. So regarding input tax credit, already you have learned so many things, eligibility, conditions, etc. Today we will analyze blocked credits, which means credits are not available, input tax credits are not available for utilization. Now, in what circumstances it is not available? Let us say, input tax credit shall not be available in respect of the following, namely, motor vehicles and conveyance. ITC is not available for motor vehicles used to transport persons having a seating capacity of less than or equal to 13 persons, including the driver. Further, ITC is not available on vessels and aircraft. So that means if the seating capacity is more than 13, ITC is available on motor vehicles and conveyance. Further, there are certain restrictions or other exceptions to this general rule. Let us see the exceptions. For example, ITC on motor vehicles and vessels, aircrafts, it is available in case of further supply of such vehicles or conveyances. Supposing you are in the business of supplying cars, then ITC is very much available. You are in the supply of cars, then definitely ITC is available. Then transportation of passengers. If you are providing transportation of passengers, then ITC will be allowed on the vehicle purchased. For example, Happy Tours purchased a bus for intercity transport of passengers. In this case, ITC is available. Imparting training on driving, flying, navigating such vehicle or conveyances or vessels or aircrafts respectively. So you are imparting training. For example, you may run a driving school. Therefore, in that case, input tax credit is available. A driving school purchases a car to give training to students. The school can claim ITC on the GST paid on the car. Similarly, transportation of goods. If you are dealing with transportation of goods, then definitely ITC is available on the purchase of that vehicle. Okay, that's one thing, motor vehicles and conveyance. Next, food, beverages, club memberships and others. ITC is not for the supply of following goods or services or both. For example, food and beverages. Similarly, outdoor catering. Similarly, in the case of beauty treatment, you have known the beauty parlors. Then health services, cosmetic and plastic surgery. In all these cases, ITC is not available. However, ITC will be available if the category of inward and outward supply is same, or the component belongs to a mixed or composite supply under GST. Composite supply means what? Okay, two or three category of goods, they are naturally bundled, and one will be the primary goods and others are going along with the primary goods. For example, a computer is supplied, along with that computer carry case is also provided, along with the car repair work. So these are all examples for composite supply. Similarly, mixed supply. Mixed supply means they are not naturally bundled. In fact, they could be sold separately. In that case, we call that mixed supply. Okay, in the following case, that is ITC will be available if the category of inward and outward supply is same, or the component belongs to a mixed or composite supply under GST. Service of general insurance, servicing, repair and maintenance. ITC is not allowed on the service of general insurance, servicing, repair and maintenance insofar as they relate to the motor vehicle, vessels or aircraft referred to in 1. 1 means here, for example, motor vehicles and conveyances. So same thing is applicable here also. And exception to this rule. Exceptions to this rule, that is ITC on insurance, repair or maintenance. Same as exceptions mentioned for motor vehicles, vessels, aircrafts were received by a taxable person engaged in the manufacture of such motorcycle vehicles, vessels or aircraft, or in the supply of general insurance services in respect of such motor vehicles, vessels or aircraft issued by him. Next, sale of membership in a club, health, fitness center. No ITC will be allowed on any membership fees for gyms, clubs, etc. For example, Mr. X, a managing director, has taken membership for a club and the company pays the membership fees. ITC will not be available to the company or to Mr. X. Rent a cab, life insurance, health insurance. ITC is not available for rent a cab, health insurance and life insurance. However, the following are exceptions. ITC is available for any services which are made obligatory, means compulsory, for an employer to provide to its employee by the Indian government under any current law in force. For example, during night, cab must be compulsorily provided, or transportation facility must be provided to women employees. So in that case, ITC is available. If the category is same for the inward supply and outward supply, or it is a part of the mixed or composite supply. For example, ABC Travels lends out a car to XYZ Travels. Both are travel agents, so service is provided by one agency to another agency. Then XYZ Travels can claim ITC on the same. Leasing, renting or hiring of motor vehicles, vessels or aircraft, with exception same as those mentioned for 1. The next one, travel. ITC is not available in the case of travel. Travel benefits extended to employees on vacation, such as leave or home travel concession. However, ITC will be available for travel for business purposes. So, for personal purpose, if you avail the leave or home travel, the concession is not available, ITC is not available, but ITC will be allowed for travel for business purposes. Works contract. What is works contract? Works contract means a contract for building, construction, fabrication, completion, erection, installation, fitting out, improvement, modification, repair, maintenance, renovation, alteration, or commissioning of any immovable property wherein transfer of property and goods is involved in the execution of such a contract. So, these are examples for works contract. ITC shall not be available for any work contract services. RTC for the construction of immovable property cannot be availed except where the input service is used for further work contract services. Further work contract services. For example, XYZ contractors are constructing an immovable property. They cannot claim any ITC on the works contract. However, XYZ hires ABC contractors for a portion of the works contract. XYZ can claim ITC on the GST charged by ABC contractors. Okay, next, construction of an immovable property on own account. No ITC is available for goods or services for construction of an immovable property on his own account. Even if such goods or services are used in the course or furtherance of business, ITC will not be available. But this rule does not apply to plant and machinery. ITC is available on inputs used to manufacture plant and machinery for its own use. For example, Ajay Steel Industries constructs an office building for its headquarters. ITC will not be available because it is for its own use. Ajay Steel Industries also constructs a blast furnace to manufacture steel. ITC is available since it is a plant. Composition scheme. What is composition scheme? You might have already learned this, but anyway, see, in the case of small traders, they cannot fulfill the tedious GST formalities. So it is a simple and easy scheme under GST for taxpayers. Small taxpayers, as I mentioned, can get rid of tedious GST formalities and pay GST at a fixed rate of turnover. This scheme can be opted by any taxpayer whose turnover is less than 1.5 crore. So that means the small taxpayers can avoid the tedious procedure of maintaining and complying with the GST requirements. If their turnover is less than 1.5 crores, they can pay a fixed rate of GST on the turnover. But there are certain limitations. They cannot avail input tax credit, and moreover they cannot collect the taxes from the buyers or to whom you are supplying the goods or rendering the service. So no ITC would be available to the person who has made the payment of tax under composition scheme in GST law. No ITC for non-resident taxable person. ITC is only available on goods imported by him. No ITC for personal use. Already you came to know, if goods supplied are used for business purposes, then that is available. If it is used for personal use, certainly that is not available. ITC is not available on such a supply. Free samples and destroyed goods. No ITC is available for goods lost, stolen, destroyed, written off or given off as gift or free samples. No ITC in fraud cases. ITC will not be available for any tax paid due to fraud cases which has resulted into non or short tax payment, excess refund or ITC utilized. Fraud cases include fraud. Fraud means something done deliberately, knowingly, or willful misstatements, wrong statement to mislead somebody, or suppression of facts, hiding, concealing important facts, or confiscation, taking away forcibly, confiscation and seizure of goods. So thus in all these cases, credit is not, ITC is not available, we call that blocked credits. Now we'll move on to another subtopic, availability of credits under special circumstances under section 18. Input tax credit is available under special circumstances as stated below. Number 1, eligibility of input tax credit on inputs held in stock and contained in semi-finished and finished goods held in stock. Input tax credit on inputs held in stock, inputs contained in semi-finished or finished goods held in stock is available under 2 circumstances. To a person who has applied for registration within 30 days of becoming liable to register and to whom registration is granted. Now as per the requirement, if his turnover is more than 20 crore, then definitely he has to apply for registration and he is liable for registration and to whom registration is granted. Number 1. Number 2, to a person who has applied for voluntary registration. Actually, it's not required, but he voluntarily applies for registration. In that case, ITC is available. Input tax is available on inputs held in stock and contained in semi-finished and finished goods held in stock. Now we'll move to the second situation. Input tax credit on inputs held in stock, inputs contained in semi-finished or finished goods held in stock, and on capital goods. This is an additional thing. On capital goods is available to whom? To a registered person who ceases to pay composition tax. Hitherto he was paying composition tax at a fixed rate on the turnover, provided his turnover does not exceed 1.5 crore. But now when his turnover exceeds that, okay, he ceases to pay composition tax. So input tax credit is available for him in this case. Where exempt supply of goods or services becomes a taxable supply. So far, whatever goods are supplied, they are exempt. But now, whatever goods or services he is supplying, that has become a taxable supply. So, ITC is available. A registered person shall be entitled to take input tax credit in respect of any supply of goods or services or both to him before the expiry of 1 year from the date of issue of tax invoice relating to supply. So, for 1 year, he can avail the input tax credit on supply of goods or services or both. The credit of input tax can be taken as and when a person applies for the registration, but the entitlement of credit of inputs would be from the day liability to pay tax arises. Alright, where there is a change in the constitution of registered person on account of sale, merger means coming together of 1 or 2 existing companies. Demerger means it is the opposite of merger, split off the existing organization into 2 or 3 organizations. Amalgamation means 2 or more companies forming into a new company. Lease or transfer of the business with the specific provisions for transfer of liabilities. The said registered person shall be allowed to transfer the input tax credit which remains unutilized in his electronic credit ledger to such sold, merged, demerged, amalgamated, leased or transferred business in such manner as may be prescribed. Only unutilized input tax credit which is credited to electronic credit ledger to such subsequent organizations, final organizations like sold, merged, demerged, amalgamated, leased or transferred business. When registered person switches over from regular scheme to composition scheme. Already I told you what is composition scheme. Pay an amount by debiting electronic cash ledger or credit ledger equivalent to input tax credit of inputs held in stock, inputs contained in semi-finished, finished goods held in stock, and capital goods. So this is when a registered person switches over from regular scheme to composition scheme. So he need not follow the tedious procedure of GST. He can pay a fixed rate of GST on the turnover if his turnover falls below 1.5 crore. Supply of capital goods on which input tax credit is taken, the registered person shall pay an amount equal to input tax credit taken on such capital goods reduced by percent points as prescribed. Certain percentage as prescribed. Tax on the transaction value of such capital goods which is higher. Last one, where refractory bricks. Refractory bricks means bricks which are burned in factories. While making the bricks, they are being burnt, and that is used for construction or building, etc. So where refractory bricks, molds and dies, jigs and fixtures are supplied as scrap. Scrap means its life is already expired. The taxable person may pay tax on transaction value of such goods. So this is about availability of input tax credits under special circumstances under section 18. Now we'll move on to one more concept, distribution of credit by input tax service distributor. We popularly call it ISD. What is ISD, or input service distributor? ISD is one, or it is an office of a business where a business which receives tax invoices for input services and distributes available ITC to other branch offices of the same business. I repeat, input tax distributor is an office of a business which receives the tax invoices for input services and distributes available ITC to other branch offices of the same business. Company may have head office at one place and units at other places which may be registered separately. The head office would be procuring certain services which would be for common utilization of all units across the country. The bills for such expenses would be raised on the head office, but the head office itself would not be providing any output supply so as to utilize the credit. Since the services relate to other locations, the corresponding credit should be transferred to such locations having separate registrations. If there is no separate registrations, this distribution is not possible as services are supplied from there. The input tax credit in such services attributable to all recipient of credit shall be distributed among such recipients, and distribution shall be pro rata on the basis of turnover in a state or turnover in a union territory of such recipient during the relevant period to the aggregate of turnover of all recipients which are operational in the current year during the said period. So, turnover in a particular branch office divided by total turnover, and then that the proportionate amount is calculated. I repeat, the credit of tax. So the total tax will be distributed then. So turnover which are applicable to a particular branch divided by total turnover into total input tax. So you will get proportionate tax there, and that is attributable to a particular branch. Let me repeat. The credit of tax paid on input services attributable to all recipients of credit shall be distributed among such recipients, and such distribution shall be pro rata. Pro rata means proportionate on the basis of turnover in a state or turnover in a union territory of such recipient during the relevant period to the aggregate of turnover of all recipients which are operational in the current year during the said period. So thank you very much.